Brandi, since this was your AEW debut, how do you feel that the audience would receive this versus what they might have seen from you in the past?
I mean, I hate to be a broken record here, but I won. So you can see it however you want to see it. You can say, oh, this, she had Awesome Kong, and she's somebody's wife. And I mean, everybody's somebody's wife, right? Whatever. I won. In the middle of the ring, there was a 3 count. That means I'm good.
So,
Brand, what's next with you for AEW?
Ooh, I mean, the possibilities are so grand. I mean, we have All Out coming up. And, we haven't made any announcements on any women's matches or anything happening there yet. But I won tonight. So I'm really hoping I will have something to do at All Out.
you said before the match in the video package that you were talking about how it was big for you internally to get it done and to show that you had more in the tank for you, so to speak. How does that feel like bringing in Awesome Kong? It seems a little contradictory in that regard.
Does it, though? Because I also said in that video I would do whatever it took to win that match. So I think it's all fair game. And there's no rules that say you can't have a friend at ringside. The rules say the friend can't interfere. So I've seen a lot of people saying, well, because she's an executive, she brought a friend. Allie could have brought a friend. No one stopped Aja from coming in. So maybe she just wasn't smart enough to bring a friend. I brought a friend. It's fine. You have insurance for your medical, right? In case I get sick, I have an insurance card. I can go see a doctor. Why on earth wouldn't I have that at ringside?
Brandi, big win for you tonight.
Thank you. You're the first guy to say, Brandi, big thank you.
What was it like, though, that dynamic of at the end having Aja and Awesome both in there in the ring and what that means for AEW?
Well, I mean, any way you slice it, those are 2 of the biggest, most revered female competitors in history. So it's a sight to see the 2 of them in the ring at the same time and to get face-to-face like that. Time will tell what will happen with that. Awesome Kong, she's obviously chomping at the bit to do more. We've seen just little bits of her here and there. I don't know if I can keep her from Aja Kong. I don't know. There's clearly a situation there. I know that they used to tag together and, they have a big history in Japan, but I don't know if somebody, took someone's man or whatever happened, but that was intense, and I can't keep her from her. So I think Aja should be careful. That's my personal opinion. I was not happy to see her, but I was very happy that Awesome Kong was there to divert that situation.
Brandi, being the chief brand officer of All Elite Wrestling, how is the balance mixing it with your in-ring work as well?
I mean, it's tiring. I train pretty much every day. I also train, well, first of all, I've had a lot of people tell me that I looked really good out there. None of you did, but I'm just going to tell you, in my training, I've really toned up. I lost about 10 pounds, so I really take it really seriously. I'm in there all the time. But then, the daily work of the CBO never stops. So my phone rings at 2 o'clock in the morning. I answer it. We have a lot going on. We're a brand new company. We're building all the time. So it's a lot of work. Sometimes we don't sleep that much, but that's what you do for things that you love. It's what I used to do for figure skating. Not anymore.
Brandi, is Awesome Kong your insurance policy for the Women's Championship?
That's a good question. I mean, we're not there yet. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, at this stage in the game, I think I really needed a solid win. And like I said, insurance, what's the harm in it? I feel like I got that win without her. I feel like had she not been there, I'd have been fine. But we had her, just in case. So in the sense that I do make it down that road and maybe I'm in the first title contention, I don't think it would be a bad thing if I brought her, but only time will tell.
Brandi, how hot was that ring tonight working in it?
It's very warm. We're in Jacksonville in July. Thankfully, I've lived in Florida for a long time. I lived in Miami for a while, Tampa, Orlando, so I know all this crazy heat and humidity. I think it was harder on my hair, as you can see, than anything else. But it was okay. It was okay. You get where I train in Atlanta, it's about 95 degrees in there, and there are no fans and no air conditioning. So kind of used to being a bucket of sweat every time I compete, yeah.
You guys tag in with Awesome Kong?
Of course not. Oh, I would love that. I would love the opportunity to tag with Awesome Kong. I would love to learn from her. There's always more and more that you can learn, no matter how much you're training. I thought about 10 things that I would like to go back on Monday and work on now, because I've watched the show and I've seen all these other cool things that other people are doing, and I want to do that. So I'm sure working directly with someone like that has 17 years experience in ring wouldn't hurt.
You've been a big proponent of sensory inclusiveness at these events, and you had the truck that drove so many miles to get here. Can you talk about how that went tonight and just what an impact it was for a lot of the families that go to these shows?
So I know for a fact that there were a lot of families that came to this show specifically because of hearing about that, and that's a great thing. You never want to hear that somebody didn't get to come to your show because they felt unwelcome or felt like they wouldn't fit in or any of those things. That's a terrible precedent to set. So I actually haven't connected with Culture City yet, other than them telling me congratulations on my match, because I'm on the board with them and they're really nice. But you know, I'm sure we'll go back over numbers and stuff. But I know that there were so many people just coming excited to see the truck. This is the first time we've had the truck here, as opposed to a room set up or one of the actual sensory rooms on site. So it probably was a really fun experience for a lot of people, just getting to see that we can do this mobilely too. So I know a lot of folks were saying, well, are you always going to have Culture City there? We would love to have them as many places as we can. Right now they're in 320 buildings or venues worldwide, but some venues they're not. So it's wonderful to know that, hey, if it's something like this where we don't physically have the backstage space, we can drive the truck up and still have the same capabilities. So that's fantastic.
What are your thoughts on free agent Scarlett Bordeaux? Is she somebody you would like to see brought into AEW?
Oh man, I mean, are you? What's your deal with Scarlett?
Well, she's a free agent. She's one of the hottest female free agents on the planet right now. She doesn't have a home. I don't know.
You're a manager?
Am I her manager?
Yeah, you just walked right up to me, Scarlett. No, I'm giving you a hard time.
Okay.
But no, Scarlett, I like Scarlett. I think she's a great competitor. I think it's very important with our division, because a lot of our girls are newer. A lot of people maybe don't have such name recognition. I mean, even with me, I've been in the business for a long time, but not as a wrestler. So it's very important that everybody gets their moments and their times so that people can get to know some of these girls, because that's half of the, I mean, any sports industry, you want to know the athletes. That's part of why, you know, people come and watch the Jacksonville Jaguars, because they know the players, they know their history, they know about their families. We want to be able to do that with the girls. So I don't want to have, ooh, Mandy's getting mad at me. No, we don't want to have so many girls that we can't do that. So if you don't see a face yet, it's always just a yet. That doesn't mean that the doors are closed to anyone. It's just a matter of making sure we build this division correctly and that everybody gets a fair shake at presenting themselves.
Brandi, you mentioned moments, and tonight you made the walk for the first time as an in-ring performer. Your music dropped. Where does that moment rank in your wrestling history so far?
Oof, I mean, it's very big. One of the things that I do when I compete, and a lot of this has to do with the video that you guys saw. There's the emotion there is absolutely real. I use that emotion obviously to leverage my position this time, but it is real emotion. And I had a bad habit of making moments too great for myself, so I kind of pull them back now. I don't allow myself to get worked up until I hear the music. So that's really just the most exciting moment ever, because I haven't allowed myself to panic. I haven't allowed myself to say, oh, I don't feel good. No, I'm just here and I'm doing my job and I'm ready. And then when you hear that music, something just swells inside of you, and it's like we're on. It's time. This is it. Let's do it. So it probably, if I have to say, it probably ranks number 2 to the first time I ever stepped into a wrestling ring ever. So, yeah.
Sorry, guys, last question.
Yeah, Mandy's doesn't have time for all this.
How often are we expecting to see in the ring? Is it going to be a regular thing, or is it just, when the time is right sort of thing?
What's your name?
Scott?
Scott. Scott, I'm going to remind you something. I won my match tonight. That means people have to take me down. Now, if I just hide in the back or, don't come out, let's see who wants to take me on next. I've heard 100 of these girls saying, I want to wrestle Brandi Rhodes. I want to wrestle Brandi Rhodes. Come find me. I'm right here. I just won my match. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Britt Baker said something about, oh, she's a better wrestler than me. Cool. Show me. Beat me. We'll see. That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.